Advancing Nursing as Caring Science. So please help me welcome our beautiful and wonderful Dr. Ann Boykin to this meeting today.
Hi, everybody. Sorry that I am so technologically deficient, but you know, somehow this will work. At least you can hear me, right?
Yes.
We can hear you, and you make up for it in a million ways. And I've put a stat call into the IT department.
That's okay.
Thanks.
I would just like to begin by sharing with you something that I read on community. It's called Community. Somewhere there are people to whom we can speak with passion without having the words catch in our throats. Somewhere a circle of hands will open to receive us. Eyes will light up as we enter. Voices will celebrate with us whenever we come into our own power. Community means strength that joins our strength to do the work that needs to be done. Arms to hold us when we falter. A circle of healing, a circle of friends, somewhere, someplace where we can be free. So as we began a new year, I thought that this description of community came from a book called Calling the Circle. And it seems to fit, for me anyway, as I see it, the College of Nursing. So I thought, as before we actually began our dialogue today, if we could go around and if you could introduce yourself and just identify whether you're faculty, full-time, or adjunct, or staff, and for how long have you been at the college? That would be great. Thank you.
And if you could pause for 2 seconds, Ronald Raymond is on the call. If he can help you quickly, I'm sure he would like to. If not, we'll keep going.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, thank you for being here, Ron.
Okay, are you on a desktop or a laptop? Is this a work computer or your home computer?
Yes, it's a laptop.
Okay, are you at home?
Yes.
Okay, is this an FEU issued laptop?
Yes.
Okay, depending on your laptop, there may be a little tab at the top of this, the laptop. If you see like a red dot, move the tab like to the left, and that should open up the screen for the laptop. Is the red dot away when you slide it?
Whoops, I'm sorry. Say that one more time, Raymond. I'm sorry.
Is the red dot still there? Did you slide?
Yeah, where
open?
it says connected,
No. On the physical laptop.
I don't have another red dot.
Okay, so no, I'm talking about on the physical laptop at the top of the laptop's like screen above it. If there's like a little tab, it may be physically closing the camera.
Oh. Did that do it? Let's see. I got it.
There
Hi,
we go.
everybody.
Hi, there you are.
Okay. I didn't know there was that.
Ron, thank you so much.
No problem.
Ron, you are the bomb, as always.
Okay, I didn't know there was that.
meeting.
Clever. Thank you very much, Ronald.
Bye.
Okay, so thank you for your patience. If we could go around and if you could please introduce yourself as I asked and how long you've been there and whether you're faculty or staff, that'd be great.
So I'm Terry Egenberger, and I'll tag the next person. I've been there 15 years since I went into my tenured earning line, but a few years before that as well. We just went over our years of service this morning, Ann, and I am faculty and co-chair the faculty learning circles with Dr. Ray in terms of our responsibilities for faculty development. Welcome, everybody. And I'm tagging Charlotte Berry.
Good afternoon, Anne. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Charlotte Berry, and I celebrated 25 years at the college this year. And I actually attended Dr. Boykin's graduate class on caring back, and I think it must have been the late 1980s, probably in the late 1980s. So I am and fell in love with her, fell in love with her work, and nursing is caring as a grounding in nursing. So welcome.
Thank you, Charlotte.
Welcome
Let's see,
everyone.
Angelica Bennett.
Hi, my name is Angelica Bennett. I work in the Office of Nursing Research and Scholarship, and most of my job has to do with submitting grant proposals. And then there's also a caring archive on the first floor that I manage, and that's what made me interested in attending this, and I am a staff member.
Great, thank you. Beth King.
Hi, everyone. And you caught me eating some fruit. So sorry.
It's okay.
So let's see. I'm a new associate professor in the College of Nursing. I've been here officially in my, just like Terry said, tenure earning track for 10 years. But prior to that, Anne hired me in 1992, I believe, to be adjunct faculty here. So I have always respected Anne and her philosophy, the philosophy that just the whole philosophy of the College of Nursing and how we live it. So thank you, Anne.
Thanks, Beth.
Anything else I'm supposed to say?
Not right now.
Oh, good. All right, I'll be quiet.
Okay, Dawn. Oh, Dawn, are you muted?
Thank you. That's the famous word on Zoom, right? Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm Dawn, and I'm a faculty at the College of Nursing, and I've been at the college now for 7 years and continue to be an aspiring caring scholar.
Thank you, Dawn. Deborah Hayne.
Hi, nice to see you, Anne, and everybody else. I'm Debbie Hayne, and I am a professor in the College of Nursing. Have been in a faculty tenure line since 2008, but have actually been like Terry in the college for many years. I did my master's in 2002. I graduated as a gerontological NP and was a student since in the late 90s. So I definitely appreciate all that Dr. Boykin has done and all the caring scholars in the College of Nursing.
Thank you, Debbie. Howard?
Hi, my name is Howard Butcher, and I've been here at FAU for 2 years. But I feel that I dream of what it would have been like if I had been here since 1993 when I first met Dr. Boykin and had such an impact on me. But I ended up spending some like 21 years at the University of Iowa before coming here. And I'm here now, and I'm director of the PhD program, and I feel like I'm home.
Thank you. Thank you, Howard. Katie Edwards.
Hey,
Hi,
she's
hey.
calling. Yes.
And so I've been serving as the Associate Dean for Academic Programs for 9 years and about 2.5 years as the Executive Director of the FAU Northwest Community Health Alliance Community Health Center. So about 2 years there. And I can say, without a doubt, it's been a labor of love to be here, and so appreciative of Anne's leadership and for making this possible. First of all, of course, coming up with a caring-based philosophy for the entire college, and then working with Ms. Lynn to have this beautiful building. I recently got to talk to Ms. Lynn, and she continues to sing your praise, Anne, and how glad she was that you collaborated with her on this wonderful place, this environment that we work in that really helps us to have a place where we can come to work together, enjoy in peace and love and compassion. And so that it helps the faculty and the students so much. And the fact that the faculty are very hardworking here. And so that started with you in you know, having people feel cared for. The duties, I read your article, the duties and the obligation of the dean. And Catherine Keller gave that to me my first day here, and I've never forgotten it. So I revisit it all the time, but we could not have this without you, Anne. So thank you so much. Such a wonderful gift to all of us.
Thank you, Katie. We were so blessed to have all of the faculty, staff, and students who helped to create what we have today. Thank you. Hope Shaw.
Hi, this is Hope. I've been trying to log in since 1 p.m. from my computer, and I'm having so I'm on the phone right now.
Terry, is there anything that we could do to help? Are you okay now, Hope? Can you hear us?
No, it's just that somehow my video access, I need to go back in my settings. So I got in the meeting just a little bit later than I would have wanted to. So I'm just playing catch up right now, listening in.
Well, thank you for being here.
Yes, Hope, it's okay. Belinda didn't realize I'm going to teach her about the waiting room. We won't normally have people sitting in the waiting room. Thank you. And if there's anything, maybe you might slide out and come back in after, while we finish the rest of the introductions, if you want to.
Okay, so do you want me to just close off my phone and log in from my computer?
Yes, you should be able to. That would be great.
Perfect. All right.
I'd love to see you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Catherine Hines.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, Katie, we can hear you. Thank you.
Oh, great. I logged on a couple minutes late, so I don't know how we're introducing ourselves, but most people call me Katie, and I'm an assistant professor on the tenure track at the College of Nursing, and it's really nice to see everybody.
Thank you, Katie.
That was perfect. Yep.
Lori Martinez.
Hi, Dr. Ray, Dr. Boykin, and everyone. I'm Lori. I just joined a visiting assistant professor position this year, and I graduated from the Christine Lynn College of Nursing in 2020. So I'm excited to be here.
Great, thank you. Dee?
Yes. Hi. I'm Marianne Levitt, right? Can you hear me? Something's reverberating here. So.
Dee, it's okay. You're actually signed in twice. That's why you have an echo.
Oh.
You might have to go all the way out and just come back in once, but it's okay. Go ahead with your introduction.
Oh, okay. I think I put it on the phone. Let me get rid of the phone here. Anyway, I've been here at FAU since 1989, and I have been delighted to serve as a scholar and as a professor and now professor emeritus. And Dr. Eichenberger and I are co-hosting, and I'm grateful for Dr. Eichenberger because of her technical skills. So I'll leave and come back in.
Thank you, Dee.
Thank you.
Marlene Brennan.
Hello, everyone. I'm Marlene Brennan, and I've been at the College of Nursing I started as a student in 2009, and I went to instructor, then visiting professor, and now I am an assistant professor. So I've been there for 10, 11 years, you know, and I've met Dr. Boykin in person, and the theory of caring and the science of caring is near and dear to my heart. Thank you.
Thank you, Marlene. Marianne Levitt.
Hi there. Sorry, it took me a while to unmute. Yes, I'm Marianne Levitt. I'm an assistant professor. I've been here for 3 years on faculty, but I did my PhD, BSN to PhD here. So I was here a number of years before that. And when I found out about nursing as caring, when I first came as a student, I was just overjoyed to find out there was a name for how I felt I had been practicing nursing for many years. So I really felt like it was a great fit, and I'm just so thankful for Dr. Boykin and to be here today.
Thank you, Marianne. Michelle Broadbent.
Hi, my name is Michelle Broadbent, and I am new to FAU this year. I'm a new instructor with the faculty, and this is my first semester.
Welcome. Narciso.
Hi, my name is Narciso Rodriguez. I am an assistant professor here at the college. I have been with the college for 1 year now and still feel like I'm really a baby when it comes to learning about caring. I have so much more to learn. 1 year was not enough, so I'm back for more.
A lifetime's not enough, Narciso. Keep learning. Raquel Brown.
Good afternoon, Brown. I've been here at the college since I started my PhD in 2014-15, and I am a visiting instructor at present, and I really enjoy being here. Thank you.
Thank you, Raquel. Savina.
Hello, everybody. I'm just eavesdropping today. I have no power. We're just Hurricane Ida is just passing by. I have no power, nothing else to do but get on my phone and eavesdrop on what you all are doing.
Savina, I hope that everything is well. Savina's in Jackson, Mississippi, so she's in the heart of where Ida is going. So we wish you well.
It's just about finished here, and not too much damage that I can tell, except we lost power.
Yeah, well, that's good. Not that you lost power, but I'm glad there was no more damage.
Grateful that you could be here, Savina.
Thank you for tuning in. Shirley Gordon.
I'm Shirley Gordon. I have been at the college since Ann hired me back in 1992. I think I edge out Charlotte by 2 years. So I have grown up with caring, and I'm still learning. So Narciso, it's not good news. You're going to be still continuing to learn.
Thanks, Shirley. Suzanne Folks.
I think you're muted.
Are you there, Suzanne? I think you're muted. Suzanne, are you there? Oh, I see you moving, but I can't hear you. I think she's still muted. Okay, can you hear me? Okay. Is there anyone that I missed?
This is Hope. I was trying to come through on my phone, so I'm now.
Yes.
So I'm starting. Hi, it's a pleasure being here. So I started at the college last August as an adjunct faculty. This is my first year as an assistant professor in the undergrad department. So I'm based at the Davie campus. I thought I knew everything about caring until I joined the team at FAU, and I had a very sobering reminder that caring, as Dr. Gordon says, we're still evolving and we're still learning. And the great part about this is that we have to be open and receptive because we are going through a different time right now. And we're preparing a different group of professionals for the world of caring.
True. Thank you, Hope. Anybody else that I missed? Okay.
Dr. Boykin, just a reminder to everyone that we are recording this session so that we can share it with those who were unable to be with us today.
Thank you.
I'm just going to pop in. I got a message that because it all froze up server, but it was really my internet, so I apologize. But anyway,
nice to see you, Lisa.
Thank you. I just want to say that my first semester ever at FAU, Dr. Boykin, I'll never forget. You took time out to meet with me and talk with me. I was a student, and I was in awe, and I'm still in awe, and so grateful for the work that you and this committee, all these amazing caring scholars. I've learned. I can name specific things I've learned from each of you. So, just happy to be part of the group. Thanks.
We've learned so much from each other, haven't we? Well, the purpose of today is to really share information on the Anne Boykin Institute and to invite your thoughts and your ideas. I thought, and I'm very open to any ideas you may have. If you don't want me to go the way I'm planning to go, you can say, I don't think that's that important. Or you can stop me at any time if things that I say maybe aren't clear. But I thought it might be helpful to put the ABI in context of the college as a whole. So I would like to take a little trip back in time, back to the early 80s. And in the early 80s, the college, of course, was very young, and I was invited to be the first director of what was then the Division of Nursing in the College of Social Science. I had no administrative experience academically at all, but I have to say that I took the position because we were so small. A passion of mine had always been to try to figure out what is the content of the discipline of nursing. So like perhaps many of you or all of you or some of you, you know, I taught nursing for a number of years as I had been taught, right? That's how I understood nursing to be taught. But I was blessed at the time that I was at FAU that we were very small, no one was tenured, and we shared a common love of nursing. And so when I shared a dream could we struggle through figuring out what actually is the content of nursing? That we are not just faculty, but we are faculty of nursing, which means that it's really important that we know what does that mean? What is nursing? So we began our search to create a program of study grounded in the discipline and profession of nursing. And we began by reading works like Patterson and Zerad, Mayeroff, literature on caring. There wasn't nearly as much literature at that time as there is today, but we began to read the literature on caring. And we began to share our stories of practice. And it became very clear to us that the essence of nursing resided in those stories of practice. So this, and in the stories of practice, in all of the stories of practice, was embedded the importance of caring. So we had to grow and come to understand caring not as an emotive concept, but as a substantive concept of great depth. And we began to do our readings and grew in, unfolding knowledge through, for example, Simone Roach, the various theorists at the time, just many, many different influences that touched us. So I'm looking here to be sure I don't really forget something. So from the very beginning, though, even from the early 80s when I started, there had been a few faculty who had already been there, and they were already committed and interested in the concept of caring. So caring as an important concept for nursing was there from the very, very beginning. But it grew in importance, perhaps, and in the essential nature of it to the discipline of nursing over time. So as we began to share our stories and we uncovered the importance of this, that's when we began to talk about studying nursing through the use of stories, through the use of nursing situations, that became the context for understanding the discipline and structuring our knowledge of that using the patterns of knowing. Or perhaps now you use other things besides that, but that's what we did at that time. Do you have any questions on anything I've said about that? Because I'm really going over it real quickly, but at the same time as we were working on growing our understanding of the discipline of nursing, we also became very clear that it can't just be a program of study, of curriculum that we're about, but that if we're really committed to an understanding of caring in its deepest sense, we were also committing ourselves to create an environment grounded in the value of person, of caring. And from that grew the dance of caring persons. We strongly believed that there shouldn't really be a hierarchy, that each person in the college, students, staff, faculty, and anyone else connected to our mission, provost, president, anybody, donors, that we're all in this circle for very special reasons, that we were all bringing special gifts that were to be valued and honored and celebrated. And that each person in that dance was living caring in their unique ways. So a challenge for us, an opportunity for us, was to truly come to know each other as caring person. So that I know you are having other dialogues on the dance of caring persons, so I'm not going to really go into that, but really it kind of formed at the same time as the curriculum, in that you can't have one without the other, as they say. So that's a very brief review of the pillars of caring that formed very, very strongly early in the 80s and continue today. And like some of you were saying, the work of understanding caring, the substantive nature of caring, that never ends. It just never ends. And so it's very exciting that we have so much work to do. So what happened then? How did the ABI come to be? In 2011, when I was retiring, by the way, I was in the drop program, which is probably a good thing for everybody, because if I hadn't been in the drop program, if I hadn't had to leave, I'd probably be sitting there in a rocker somewhere because I truly do still very much miss it. And that's the truth. But anyway, at that time, Christine Lynn, our dear friend and benefactor, has always appreciated our longstanding commitment to caring and to the advancement of caring science. And so she and a couple of friends, but she gave the significant part to an endowment to create the Anne Boykin Institute for the Advancement of Caring in Nursing. And the intent of that is that in perpetuity, we will continue this important work. Now, for scholars to come, that we will always have this available to continue to grow. And so from that also, we created the Archives of Caring, where we house the scholarly works of caring scholars. I have always thought that's a wonderful, wonderful gift for people for the future to be able to come and study the works of scholars in caring over time. I think that's one of the greatest gifts we can leave to future scholars in caring. So, so that's how it came to be. And the vision of the Institute is to be, to promote the universal visibility of caring and the importance of caring in nursing. And there were 3 goals that were established: to provide leadership for nursing education, practice, and research grounded in caring, to promote the valuing of caring across disciplines, and to support the caring mission of the college. So the goals of the Institute, one of the goals is to disseminate substantive knowledge of caring. Some of the ways that we have done this is through the summer academies. So we started with a colloquium, and then in 2015 began the summer academies. So in 2015, there was a summer academy focused on nursing education, grounded in caring science. In 16, imagining possibilities, research to advance science of caring. In 17, interprofessional partnerships grounded in caring science. In 18, caring humanoid robots, is it possible? In 19, a call to social justice is caring action. In 20, we did cancel in 20 due to the COVID. And then in 21, we had our first virtual academy, caring-based leadership in healthcare. And in June, we will have, in 2022, we will have, the academy will focus on, we don't have an exact title yet, but it's re-envisioning nursing education. So that is, those are some of the ways that we've disseminated the substantive knowledge of caring. But also, you probably know this, but on the website under resources, there's a long list of resources that you may wish to use in your classes, some various theoretical perspectives. Oh, Terry's putting it up here. Some various theoretical perspectives, nursing situations, toolboxes for how to transform practice situations that are not grounded in caring to those that are. Another goal of the Institute is to support the ongoing development of faculty and the mentorship of scholars in caring science. Now, some of the ways that I think perhaps we have done this, one is the faculty learning circles, which we're doing right now. The intent of these circles is to have an opportunity to talk about caring science in different ways. For example, the next one will focus on nursing situations. We also, all of the board members, past and present, are most willing to serve as mentors to faculty or doctoral students So all we would need is an invitation to, not just an invitation, but to talk about what you might be interested in having us perhaps mentor you with. The dean, I know Dean George announced this morning the possibility of creating a certificate program in caring science, which is very exciting, and we will talk about that at our board meeting in September. Let's see. Also, another goal is to advance interprofessional education from a caring perspective. Terry Egenberger and Kathleen Valentine have done a lot of work in this area. Some of it, again, is available under resources on the website. Conduct systematic review of the literature on caring to enhance evidence-based practice is another goal. And then the last goal is to increase awareness of the ABI. And we hope that this year we will create webinars and podcasts to help to accomplish this particular goal. So I don't want to I would much rather have a dialogue about what you see as important. What is it that matters to you? As I listen to you introduce yourself, I am very touched to hear how much the caring pillars mean to each and every one of you. And I know we're all at different points in our growth with this and our understanding, and I'm growing in this. So help me to know what I might take to the board that would be meaningful to you in terms of advancing caring science from your perspective. Or if you have any questions about what I said, please tell me.
Or even suggestions for how we might make these learning circles more beneficial for you moving forward.
Well, we did create, the next couple of months, which we thought would be beneficial for some of our new faculty. And so next time I will be doing the history of the development of caring and the caring movement, so to speak. And then also it's and reiterating where Anne had communicated about FAU, and then focusing a little bit on that. And then following that, every month we have caring situations. I think that Dr. Barry and Dr. King will be conducting, and then evaluation, I think, in January, isn't it? I don't know if I have that right in front of me here. Let's see. Yes, January, caring-based evaluation. And then in February, research and scholarship grounded in caring. And then in March and April, those two periods of time are open. So, and then one of the others I forgot to mention in November, it's going to be nursing situations in simulation. So we just created these before we came, as we're inviting all of you to be part of this, but hopefully these will be important for the, for the caring curriculum and some of the changes that will be occurring also within the accreditation process for our college. So anyway, I just sharing that with our group here today.
Thank you, Dee.
I have a question regarding, well, I understand based on what Dr. Ray said, for November, we're going to do nursing situation and simulations. Will we be taking it to the level that Dr. Boykin just talked about in terms of looking at the situation, creating the nursing situation from a caring standpoint? Is that what we'll be doing in November?
Let's see. In October, we have caring and nursing situations. And then in November, it's caring and nursing situations in simulation.
Charlotte, maybe
Yes,
you could speak to that.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Raquel, yes, I'm sure Dr. Berry is going to be taking it to that level, but Dr. Berry, do you want to respond?
Well, we have under Beth's guidance as the director of a big grant from HRSA, educating students, veterans actually, in primary health care. We have created simulations grounded in caring for to educate that group of students. And we have been fortunate enough to have them presented in several classes at the college over the last year as a way to show that simulations don't have to just focus on, particular tasks of nursing, but rather can be grounded in caring. And so we'll present that or something like that in November to you, Beth and I. And Dawn presented with me last year too on simulations, and I think she'll join us as well to show it's pretty easy to ground a simulation in caring. And some of it was the grant. We were inspired by the grant to create them, but also last year, one of our faculty members said that the students have even said to her, these simulations are good. Well, the ones that they were learning in their lab or in other classes, I'm not really sure, said these are good, but there's no mention of caring in them. And so that was another inspiration for us to show how to ground your simulations in caring.
Thank you. Hopefully I can make that one.
Yeah. And also, I wanted to say too, at this point, that the learning circles are also grounded in, grounded in a Canvas site. There are 3 modules up there that have great resources in caring for anyone to participate in. And I want to invite faculty who have maybe published this year or presented at a conference, posters or presentations in your continuing work in caring to talk to me about presenting or us posting them, if you will, at our Canvas site as well. I actually just invited Narciso. Narciso presented a poster at the IAHC conference using Mayeroff as a learning tool to guide his practice in caring for a particular population. And I asked him if he would be willing to let me post that at the Canvas site for us, if it's, in Module 2 in particular, and do a voiceover. So I'd love to, for this Module 3 at least, or any of the modules, to be a presentation of your work, your continuing work in caring as well. So let me know what you think of that. So that's
just a bit of housekeeping. If you are not in that site that you see right now that I'm sharing with you, I did ask Valentine to check that all the new folks were added to the site. But if for any reason someone does not have access to the Canvas site, please reach out to me so I can get you added in there.
By new folks in faculty?
Yes, the new faculty is what we've currently added in there, Charlotte.
Good. And for those of you who did go through the modules last year, if you have suggestions for changes to these modules, please let me know and I'll share that. Or you can let the person know who's doing the module, but it's important that they're there to be helpful. So if there's any suggestions you have, please let us know.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
Could I just respond to Raquel too? Raquel, this is Dr. Egenberger. in the spring, when we teach creative teaching, we do work with the education students on grounding simulations that they create in caring science. And if you want to reach out to me separately, I would certainly be open to you coming and joining us if you would like to. If that's an area of specific interest as well, that would be another opportunity that we could make available to you.
Thank you so much.
How many of you have had the opportunity to actually go through those modules last year?
I started, but I didn't finish.
Okay.
I viewed some of them, but not all of them.
Pardon?
I viewed some of them, but unfortunately not all of them.
Not all of them.
Same here, same here.
Uh,
And
the-
yeah, it's great that they're there.
It is, and I think people can select the ones that are important to them in the moment.
Yeah, module 1 focuses on the foundation, the mission of the philosophy of the College of Nursing, the dance of caring persons, as you can see. Module 2 is really on research and expanding the ideas of caring, nursing theories, essential literature, a description of the archives there, the Journal of Ethics in Nursing and Health Sciences. So that's another really informative module. And then 3 is really about teaching and learning from caring.
Do we have
Dr.
any
Bull-
idea?
Sorry, Ann, did you want me to take you to the logo for?
No,
Okay.
not, I'm just wondering, do we have any idea how many adjuncts might have used or do some of the few faculty who work with adjuncts, is there a way to encourage them to tap into some of these that would matter to them? How do you see that being useful to adjuncts? Because I think it's hard, the adjuncts, they're so busy and it's hard for them to be as engaged, obviously, as a full-time faculty in the development of the knowledge of caring and caring science. And so we'd really like to know if you have any suggestions for how we might facilitate that.
And it's Beth. I think they were introduced to the modules Canvas site during their orientation sessions in August.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to see if anybody goes in, just as all of us can do, you can click on people and it tells how many minutes they've been in the course.
I know they do an adjunct orientation, and a number of our faculty that are serving as adjuncts are clinical faculty. So I'm wondering if there's a module specific to teaching practicum from a caring perspective.
That's a great idea, Shirley. How you could have post-conferences, if you do post-conferences today, but how do you take a situation that they're currently engaged in and look at that? That's a really great idea.
And something could actually be included in their orientation once it's developed. And then if it were in this Canvas site, then they could go back and refer to it.
I know.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. It might be helpful, Ann, if we did one synchronous session that people could participate in if they wanted to, but also recorded to be shared with the adjuncts because they're all working usually and difficult for them to have the opportunity to join us, but if we recorded it as well.
I was just thinking too, as Shirley, as you were talking, I mean, this is taking it a little away from the college in a way, but not really. If we had something like this, we could share it with staff.
Mm-hmm.
We could engage staff in the studying of that story and promote this in practice as well as with our students, inviting them to come. I really like that.
Absolutely.
Last year when we did it was really the idea to adjuncts engaged in this, because it seems more and more our adjuncts have a huge influence on our teaching learning at the college.
Mhm. And it's always been a challenge. It for me back, it's just always a challenge for how do we fully engage adjuncts into the dance with us. It's really a challenge to do that.
Well, and as we prepare for our next CCNE self-study, one of the things we address is how do we prepare faculty that are serving as adjuncts to join us and teach from our philosophical perspective. So it's good timing, I guess is what I'm saying.
It'd be great if we could have an adjunct create this teaching situation, with the faculty.
Mm-hmm.
This might be a good time. This is Savina. This might be a good time for me to say something and ask a question that I've been thinking about. I can't recite the FAU curriculum statement of the focus of nursing, but it's not too far off of nursing. The focus of nursing is nurturing persons, living, caring, and growing in caring. And that it occurs to me that the extent to which every single faculty person gears their whole teaching around that statement, whether they be adjunct faculty or tenured faculty or tenure-seeking faculty. It goes something like nursing is nurturing persons in their wholeness or something through caring in the environment or something like that. But you guys need to know what it is. And that is always home base as far as I'm concerned. That's always home base.
Right.
And if you have that embedded in your psyche, then anytime you have a question of what I'm doing or how might I be doing this or why am I doing this, that's home base to go back to.
Mm-hmm.
And that will help you answer a lot of questions.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess my question was, is one of these faculty circles geared to helping people work with that statement of focus? And I know Anne said in your initial presentation about how when you came to FAU, you taught nursing the way you were taught. Well, we all did.
Mm-hmm.
And that includes everybody who came to FAU this year. So we have to reconceptualize our whole understanding of nursing. We don't have to throw our understanding of nursing out. We just have to reorganize and reconceptualize it around that statement of focus. So I'm wondering, is there, part of this orientation program that deals with that?
Not specifically, Savina, but I think it should be right up front.
But next month, when I do the evolution of caring and then begin to then identify FAU, I can reemphasize that, next on September 27th, when we have our circle of caring, if that's not too late, share that. But that's such a good point, Sabina. Like once we know what that goal is for our College of Nursing, and then how all new and seasoned faculty can focus or refocus on our nurturing the wholeness of others and the environment through caring.
Each of our syllabi has that statement as a part of the syllabus. It's the back page in every syllabus that we use. Our statement of philosophy and mission.
Mm-hmm.
So when everyone works from a syllabus, so it's a good place to start looking at that.
I think that, I'm thinking about what Savina said too, and I'm remembering this small faculty gathering around and individuals, for example, who might have taught, quote, community health from a different perspective. The struggle, and there were people who actually left the college because they couldn't reconceptualize how you would teach what you love from another perspective, doing it from another way. So I think, Dee, what you're saying as far as reminding us of that is great. But I think to actually take content that matters to a faculty and then take that and say, well, how do we study this from the focus of the College of Nursing? How would it look different? Raquel had a comment about offering CEUs to adjuncts in order to engage them more fully.
Yeah, and I offered a comment prior to that too. I think that's a great idea. I offered a comment about maybe adjuncts could co-create a nursing situation with their students each semester.
We talked about, am I right? Did we not talk about if someone completed all of the modules, that they would get a certificate, or what? Help me, what did we say about that? Anybody remember?
I don't.
We'll
I
have
don't,
to talk
I
about it
don't
again.
recall it coming through the CE subcommittee. So
I'm sorry, Shirley, say that again.
I said I don't recall that coming through the CE subcommittee to warrant to grant CEs for it.
Yeah, I don't think it ever got that far, but I think we talked about it, but we may want to revisit that.
Well, Marianne's in charge of that, so she's on the call here, so.
I think to do that, we'd probably want to, this is Beth, we'd probably want to add voiceover to something. It is all just, there's no voiceover on any of those presentations, I don't believe. I think there's one video that we have in there, but for contact hours, you'd certainly want to do something like that with it.
I agree. That would make it stronger.
I'm wondering if the little presentations that are going on in the caring circles could be recorded and used as content in the course. Yeah.
Well, that could all be part of the larger discussion of a certificate in teaching from a caring perspective. So instead of doing it as part of the whole, instead of doing it individual pieces. And then you could offer individual CEs for the modules, or you could wait and do it as one completed certificate with CEs. They both have advantages and disadvantages.
I think it would be to ask the adjuncts if they would be interested in getting CEUs for something like that, because if we're going to do that, it's going to take a lot of work.
And most of them from large hospital systems have unending access to lots of contact hours. They're not hurting to or being required to pay. So just something to bear in mind.
Some great suggestions. Just take a second to keep thinking for a minute.
Well, I mean, have we asked adjuncts how they would like to be involved, or what? I'm sure that we don't get much of a response when we ask how can we help you live your philosophy of caring. But at some point we touch base with them, right? When they're hired, or when I know doing orientation they get some, right? For the ones who are able to come.
Yes.
You know, again, if we're talking about trying to meet the needs of the people, we need to ask the people what they think.
Katie, are you on? Katie Edwards.
Oh,
Yes, I'm here.
I'm just wondering if you've gotten any input from adjuncts related to the philosophy or how we might, facilitate their understanding of it.
I think the narrated PowerPoints would help them to have something that they're listening to. So what we were thinking about, Nancy France started having weekly sessions with the adjuncts. So we need to reinstate that, but to have part of it focus on caring science. And so we would need both Joy to do that when the weekly presentations, and they would be recorded, and also to have Kendall Pritchard, who's on the Davie campus, for the BSN students. Now, for the MSN students, I think we need to talk with Andra to see how we can connect those adjuncts who mostly who are mostly teaching the nurse practitioner students, but we have others who are teaching didactic. So we would need to have I was sitting here thinking while everybody was talking that it probably needs to be something weekly or at least several times where they can ask questions as well during these times. And maybe we could invite, various, members of the ABI to participate, to answer maybe have a discussion after they've maybe participated in listening to some of the PowerPoints that are already there online, and then schedule a time when there could be some dialogue. These often would occur, after 5 is when the sessions that Nancy conducted. We kind of got behind on them last year because of COVID. But we're trying to stabilize ourselves and get back to what we were trying to do initially when Nancy France was the assistant dean. And so I think moving forward, it would be important, one, to have that as at least a focus of part of those dialogues with the adjunct faculty on a weekly basis, and then record them. And then in their next contract, I could put in that so many of these are required for their attendance. So I could do that, for the next time we put out the contracts for them, that at least it's be available to them, online, and then that they participate in and might have an answer or question or something at the end of it, just to demonstrate that they did participate. But I think what you're talking about is very important because, they have these adjunct faculty have direct contact with the practice of nursing and teaching the practice of nursing, which is very important, that they embrace what we want them to know and participate. And one of the good things is many of our adjunct faculty are graduates of the program, so that's very helpful. That they've gone through our DNP or our PhD program or our MSN program, so they at least have had coursework, before they graduated.
Did many attend those weekly sessions?
Yes, they did. If they didn't, then most of them did because, they were talking about, Nancy talked about pertinent things, but most of them did attend because she selected a time that they were more likely to be available. But they were fairly well attended.
Well, I think the ABI would love to be involved in that. So just let us know.
Okay, I'll follow up with Joy and Andrea and Kendall and see and create a plan and then get back with the ABI.
That's
So
great, thank you. The other aspect of that Dean George and I were talking about is the staff of the college meet regularly, but yet there's not an well, what we were talking about is having an opportunity in those monthly meetings to take a half an hour to talk about their important gifts they bring to the Dance of Caring Persons. And so that they too are feeling a connectedness to the overall mission, to the being of the college. So I think that we will also begin that, and I think that's really, really important. So it's not just faculty doing, scholarship, et cetera, advancing the knowledge of caring science, but it's about the whole in that. So I think that'll be good. Any other thoughts? Well, you've given a lot of thought. And so that's greatly appreciated, and we'll take it to the board when we do meet. Terry, I don't know, most of you probably do know what the logo for the ABI is, but I asked Terry if she would just have it handy. We could take a peek at the logo. So when you see it, or when other faculty see it, or students, there's an understanding of what it actually represents. So Terry, could you just put that up, please?
Yes, Ann, I got to go get it again. I was putting people in the course with Valentine. That folks were reaching out. They want to be in the course. That's wonderful, right?
Right.
We're getting them there. We'll just take 1 second to be here. Here you go, ma'am.
Thank you. Well, the logo for the Institute is called the Tree of Caring Knowledge. Excuse my cough. Can you see it? Can anybody see it? I can't see it.
No.
Nope, you can't see it. Let's stop sharing and do it again. It's only effective if you can see it, right? How about now?
Yes, thank you. Thank you. So the idea of the Tree of Caring Knowledge, so you have the soil that's important to the tree, and the soil in this represents the nurturing environment that's essential for caring science to survive. The roots of the tree represent stability, like the seminal works on caring that really ground thinking, the grand theories. The trunk of the tree represents the discipline. And off of the trunk, the branches represent all the different areas of caring science. The philosophies, the mid-range theories, all of the different areas. And then off of the branches, you have the leaves, which represent the fruits of the work, the creative work that has been done, grounded in the theoretical perspective of caring science. The circles representing the dynamic nature. And the star in the middle representing health and well-being. So that is that's the logo for the Institute. Any additions, thoughts? Thank you, Terry. Well, any additional thoughts that you have that you'd like to share before we end?
And I was wondering if, when I'm looking at the logo, reminded me of this. You know, Watson's Institute, they have the Lotus logo, but they're doing publications, right? I think they're being done through Springer, but somehow the Institute is
Their
somehow
own
associated
press,
with them.
Lotus Press.
Ah, yes. And
Jean's latest book is published under that rubric.
right.
Uh,
And Dee and I actually were having this conversation earlier because we were talking about doing a book on caring-based phenomenology. Has the Institute ever considered having a publishing arm whereby the Anne Boykin Institute would also have publications that have the logo on it, and we do the publication and it comes out of the Institute as a way of disseminating the knowledge and work that's being done at the Institute? And maybe that's really a complicated thing to do and expensive. I don't know. But
I don't know either, but it would fit the goals of the Institute. But no, Howard, we have not discussed that, but I can bring that idea up, or you could bring it up when we meet on the 24th. Yeah.
Sure.
So is Lotus Press then a branch of Springer? Because Springer used to publish Watson's work. It's a
I just
different.
got her new book or revised edition on sacred science, caring sciences, sacred science, and it just says Lotus.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't. Let me see if I can find it. You know, here.
Because Springer had a little special arm just dedicated to Watson's publications.
Yeah, I did notice with the 2021 book that it wasn't a Springer publication. It was just through her company.
It's called Lotus Library, and it's not Springer.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a new revised edition of her Caring Sciences, Sacred Science. I just got it, so.
Thank you.
And can we remind everyone on this call that on Friday, September 24th, for the first hour, everybody is welcome from 9 to 10 to join the board in a dialogue that's open to faculty, staff, and doctoral students.
Yes, thank you.
And also, I want to encourage everybody that joined us today to think about inviting one other somebody to the next faculty learning circle. And the new faculty and staff that joined, you know, maybe you can grab another new person and invite them to come and dialogue with us. You know, maybe if we reach out on a one-to-one basis, you know, maybe people will really feel welcome and want to come and join us.
You know, and one thing I would ask people to think about is you're doing your studying of the literature. Who are some of the caring scholars whose work you would like to see us, I want to say this, whose work you would like to see us secure for the archives for the future? You know, who are some of these scholars whose works really, really are mattering to you that you would like to see us invite the scholar to submit them to the archives for the future? Because the board is now taking that up we're going to be doing that very actively, where we are seeking out additional contributions to the archives.
Have we considered Chris Swanson's work?
We do have some of Chris Swanson's work.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking of calling Maycook. You know, she's active, but and she's on the board of the IAHC, but you know, she has a lot of publications, and also she was a mentee of Simone Roach.
Right. Look, send the
What about-
ideas to me. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was
Jerry.
thinking, what about Duffy? Would we consider that?
We consider
You know,
just I would say just send forth your thoughts. That'd be great. Well, I just want to thank you for being here today and for your input and your ideas. I think I got a lot of great ideas. And that's really the whole purpose of this, that we share with you, but that we also learn from you and with you and grow in ideas. So thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thanks for your patience in the beginning.
Thank you,
Thank
Anne.
you. Okay, thank you.
Always good to see you, Anne.
Thank you, Anne.
And there was one, well, she
Sabina,
signed
stay
off. There
safe.
was
What?
there was
I'm
one
sorry.
new person that didn't get to meet you, but I think she's right there in the turquoise jacket. Did we get to introduce you?
Yeah, I did. This is Hope.
Okay, finally. Okay, good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anne.
Okay, talk to you later.